Can we find it? Oh! No! No! No. Holy shit, it was... Oh. Mysterious spot. I got PTSD from mysterious containers. What the fuck? Alright. He's just chilling there. Huh. They won't let me just pick the fucking chest, would they? Get out. Okay. Oh, let's see now. Foreman, Gift of Mysteries. Whoa. Ancestral boots, ancestral sword. Oop. Can't kill him, but he cannot kill me as well, so... Range. These are like... monster level... 76 and I can kill them with one shot, but... this guy is just... a bit strange. Is he gonna stun like that? Is he gonna disappear? There's no HoTA anymore, what the fuck? I wonder what happens when I kill him. Saddest thing would be to him to just fuck off. Like disappear in a... after fighting him 5 minutes or something. I mean, what's the idea? There was no HoTA, so... Anyway... there's a high chance that he's gonna drop nothing, because... probably he has to drop cinders, but he can't drop them out of the HoTA, so... I don't know what's gonna happen. Can... Bastard. Yeah. I thought so. Cinders that don't even matter because it's over. Oh shit, man. Game just bamboozled me twice tonight. Anyway, Gallery of Destruction. Okay, Doom music kicking in. Let's kill someone with the BFG. Man, he's tough. Look at that bastard. Proper Demon Lord. Not like that. Not like that winch. Holy. I just busted a nut. Maybe I can line it up now. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. That was my... maybe my first million crit. I don't know. I haven't noticed one. At least I haven't seen one before. So having it on level 70 is... I don't know. I'll consider it an achievement. Oh, there's another... okay, 1.5 million. So we're already in the stratosphere with the damage. Ooh. Ancestral, unique gloves. Frostburn. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Feel good. Can face the boss with post-nut clarity now. Holy. Oh, I like lumped together. This is so good. Sad thing though. Stupid shrine just wore off. I was only gonna... Yeah, get the sword. What the... Forgot to do it again. Man, just running from the inventory to the blacksmith to the occultist, then to the... This is just annoying as hell. Kinda makes me forget shit. Damage. Oh yeah. Actually see what I'm getting. Ooh. Am I losing XP from them being too high a level? Ooh. Kinda misclicked though, but anyway. Ooh. Javelin. Amazon confirmed. Ooh, almost got both of them. Yeah, the build is Hammer of the Ancients, Bounty Gone, and nothing too fancy, just vulnerable damage, crit damage, or skill damage, upgrading your weapons, getting armor, because armor is king, and this is it. See you next time, have a nice one, bye bye. Alright, I'm kidding. I'm gonna talk a bit about the build, but it is gonna be a short one, I promise. I just some sea base fillet to put in the oven, and we'll see if the video is gonna be done by the time the fish is done, so give me a sec. Alright, Hammer of the Ancients Barbarian, there we go. First off, I want to start by saying that ever since Diablo 3, Blizzard just revels in like conditions being met so that you can increase your damage. One thing that I can just think about off the top of my head is strong arm bracers, for example, from Diablo 3. Crowd control enemies take more damage, blah blah blah. This is similar in D4, and you've got a lot of that stuff, at least with the barb. You've got a lot of increases to damage to stunned, CC enemies, bleeding enemies, close enemies, and all that stuff. So you can really utilize these affixes on your gear and just skyrocket your damage upwards. But thing is, you gotta keep in mind which conditions are met 100% all the time, which of them you have 100% uptime of, and which are like more than if I'm gonna overpower now, or if I'm gonna stun now, or if I'm gonna... So yeah, you gotta keep those in mind. So there's like a hierarchy of stats or increases to damage that you gotta keep track of, and try to upgrade and increase, and look for these on your pieces of gear. So if you're going hammer of the ancients, that is, in that case, it is a core skill. So going core skill damage is something that you want to look for. Then of course +2 ranks of hammer of the ancients. These, as far as I know, at least as the item power level that I'm up to currently, allows me to have that on gloves only. I'm not sure about amulets. I still haven't found an amulet with that, or something else that increases my hammer of the ancients. So I have only +3 on the gloves. You can go up to 4, I think. So this is your main kind of punch increase to the hammer damage. And then you've got your vulnerable damage, crit damage, close damage to close enemies, damage to bleeding enemies, damage to stunned enemies, damage to crowd controlled enemies. So I'm gonna go through all of these. It's gonna take longer probably. I hope I don't burn the fish. So the I want to point out as well that the gear that I'm going to show now is subpar, and it's not upgraded. It's not optimized efficiently, and I'm holding back on upgrading and spending gold and resources on that because I'm currently like being level 73. You're dropping ancestral items, and you're in the heat of upgrading your gear pieces currently. So this is the moment of your grind towards like end game, where you're gonna stop, where you're gonna start seeing actual upgradable items dropping, and you want to look for potential upgrades that you could keep for a couple of levels onwards. So I'm trying to like not waste my good aspects. I have like a couple of max rolls extracted, and I'm just waiting for the perfect item to slam them on. So for example, this one, this is a condition that always met. Your hammer of the ancients quakes outwards, dealing 88% damage. So this is always, you are always going to do that. So have it on a two-handed weapon. It's going like it increases its effect by 100%. If you have it on a ring or something like that, it's gonna be like up to 50. You can have it on a bracer as well, gloves. So don't go on gloves. It's gonna be like subpar. This is probably the best, like it's best had on a two-handed weapon, because you can go up to 100. Mine is just a placeholder for now. So this is it. You can either go on your other two-handed weapon. You can. I'm just experimenting with that. I have that limitless rage aspect. Each point of fury you generate while at maximum fury grants your next core skill 4% damage increase up to 60%. You can also go with something like Edge Masters, which on a weapon you can go up to a 40, I think. But again, this is like a condition that's not always met. You're not gonna have always 100% fury, so you're not gonna always use the full potential of that one. So I just opted out to have it on the secondary piece of gear. So I'm like, swapping them out, trying to see what fits best. But for now, it's just working perfectly. I'm generating a lot of fury over my max fury at certain points, so this helps a lot. This is expectant. This is a shit roll. Of course, I'm just hoarding a bit of one-handers, trying to just sort them out, find the best combination of affixes and upgrade these. Again, I want to showcase how easy it is to steamroll with that setup and with that character, with that skill on a subpar gear setup, and how easy it is to just not overstress and overthink about stats and numbers and all that, and just enjoy smashing some skulls. Again, whenever you deal direct damage with Berserking, inflict 20 something of the base damage dealt with additional blading. This is just something on the side. Some damage over there. Shells generate fury while active. Again, crit roll, you can go up to 4. Restore 4 of your primary resource when you crowd control an enemy. I'm always crowd controlling an enemy. I'm not pretty sure how, like, if that stacks, or how is, like, is it every type of crowd control. I'm not actually sure about that, but I noticed a certain difference when you just crowd control enemies. You just get a lot of free from that one. So distant enemies, 8% chance to be stunned. You deal more damage, whatever increase to stunned enemies. Again, this is a low roll. I'm just hunting for a good amulet, but this is like increased to stun enemies. This is a condition you can easily meet, so you can get that increase to your damage easily. So defensive layers, damage reduction for each nearby bleeding enemy. I'm always bleeding them up, so I'll talk about that later. It comes from either from your expertise or from a lunge, but you basically you will always have bleeding enemies around you. So this is just some defense that you can get. Another one is disobedience, just pretty generic. You gain percentage armor for any form of damage you deal. The edge masters, you heal. The next on the pants, you heal for 60 life per second for each close enemy. Enemies are always close and clumped around you, so you kind of get that regen up. Just a bit of, because I couldn't find like a decent regen with the barb currently, and I just wanted to have that one on. Critical strikes grant 16% increased movement speed. Nothing too special. Just I am just swapping out between these and Penitent Griefs. This is just some more damage, some more CC as well. So if you have these are really great and they look cool. And if the enemies remain for too long in the frozen trail, they just get frozen. This is another form of CC. You can just shatter them with a hammer, which is pretty cool. And that's probably it about the gear. Again, everything is subject to change right now, and I'm going to like upgrade my most of my stuff to ancestral. I've been just farming early T4s for for items and hunting for better gear on which I could slap my aspects on. So and what I'm currently looking for, life on helmet. You can get a lot of life on helmet. You can get plus 2 fury. Remember, just more fury means more damage. I don't have fury on that helmet, but I wish I could get. I probably find something like with life and fury and cooldown reduction. That would be nice. So life on the helmet is good. The armor could roll with some plus to shouts, and again some damage. Bludgeoning weapons, obviously, plus % damage with skills that swap to new weapons, and you are always swapping to new weapons. If you can set your lunge to be with the slashing two-hander, you are always like lunging, hitting with the hammer. Once you hit with the hammer, you swap, so you do more damage with each time you swap with the hammer. So this is pretty good. Gloves are pretty like standard. I think you can't really go with something else than crit on them and attack speed, lucky hit chance, or something like that, and then just have your hammer of the ancients as high as possible. You can get a lot of life on the pants as well. Again, war cries on pants. You can get leap. You can get plus to charge on these. These are all good if you're going charge. Some damage reduction here and there. Boots are just movement speed, and probably just these are just pure placeholder boots for now. I'll try to just upgrade these, but if you can find that there are ones with damage after damage when you kill elites, and movement speed when you kill elites. So this is something that you can look out for. And on the weapons, you're going to look for these conditions that I was talking about. So all the two-handed maces, I think, roll with overpower damage. So as a implicit, if I can use that from PoE. So you can go for strength. A pretty high roll on strength on these as well, because yeah, strength is also skill damage increase, and also it helps a little with the paragons and the glyphs. If you're, but again, you will always have a lot of strength as a barb, so don't stress about that. Damage to slow enemies. You're always slowing them with lunging strike because you're bleeding them, and bleeding from your passive, which I'll talk about in a bit, makes them slow. So you are always slowing enemies. You always have that one. Core skill damage, which is Hammer of the Ancients damage to crowd controlled enemies. Slow enemies are crowd controlled. So yeah, this is a okay-ish weapon that I could just find a better one anytime, but it works best. Again, these are just stat sticks. crit strike damage, damage while berserking, critical strike damage, some stats, some core skill damage, critical strike damage, damage to crowd control enemies, vulnerable damage, strength, and again, crit damage, strength, vulnerable damage, overpower damage, damage to close enemies. Again, it would be better if you can just find a higher roll of core skill damage, and overpower damage is something that is pretty satisfying and cool to have it. Like when you when you crit and overpower at the same time, it feels really awesome. It's not something that happens all the time, so it's just a bit of, you know, gravy on the side. And about my skill tree, lunging strike with the bleed thingy inflicts bleed, so this coupled with hamstring, you're slowing bleeding enemies, so there you go, CC. Again, you can go two-handed sword expertise. This will make every hit you inflict bleed. Let me just get back to that. Okay, so next we got Hammer of the Ancients with Furious Hammer of the Ancients. You've got your core skills have up to 30% to make enemies vulnerable. This is something I'm probably gonna drop now because I am kind of having a guaranteed vulnerability only now recently from that level up, from that paragon point that I got, which I'll talk a bit later, but this is basically your glyph exploit. So once you get that one, you might drop stuff like Decimator and where was it? And the one with pressure point. So yeah, once you get that guaranteed vulnerability, and once you can also drop charge, because I'm using charge for the vulnerability, but again, you can easily drop these points and pump more into Fury or pump more into other passives. So from the defensive skills, Rallying Cry just for your resource generation and just for these 20 Fury points that you want to get whenever you are not having enough Fury to just smash the hammer. Again, this is pretty mandatory for breaking out of CC. CC is something that is killing me currently. Every time I die, it's from chain stuns, from chains freeze, or chain terrifies or whatever. So this is the only scary thing that actually you gotta look out for. So you have to have at least 2 sources of becoming unstoppable. Of course, you can slap some aspect like become unstoppable while injured or something like that. But again, I like to have it like I like to have control over it. So again, this Rolling Cry is a pretty good war cry. So the fact that it breaks you out of CC is even better. Challenging Shout. This is your damage reduction. You get bonus life for it, and you gain 3 Fury each time you take damage. So once you have your shout in while you're in melee range and while enemies are hitting you, always like you're getting a lot of Fury from that. Next we've got Brawling skills. I am using charge. I was using it for the guaranteed vulnerability. Again, I can drop it now, but it's just so good. It packs a punch, at least more than leap. For now, at least, charging through a pack and just slamming them against the wall and hitting them with the hammer is just taking care of business, and that's all of it. You don't need any other mobility skill whatsoever right now. So you can probably go right with the berserker if you don't want to use charge. If you have a guaranteed vulnerability, if you don't want to be like that, rushing around with the skill, you can just go right with the berserker. So again, you can go more into these, get your shout duration more. Your shouts also heal allies. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I have 1 point in it. So pretty important. Pit Fighter, No Mercy. Again, hamstring just for the slow. You could use Steel Grasp instead of charge. Again, this is something that is a guaranteed vulnerability. And I don't use an ultimate right now. I just have like 1 point in Tempered Fury. Maybe I should get more points. If I drop pressure points, I can get these here probably. Each time you swap, you just gain some Fury. Heal for 3% of your maximum life for each 100 fury spent. This is something that you can just not have. I don't know why I have it. So then again, the next big damage increase is Unbridled Rage. Again, the most important passives, Heavy-Handed. This is just more increased crit damage. Your skills using bludgeoning weapons deal 15% increased damage if the enemy is stunned or vulnerable, and enemies are pretty much almost vulnerable, so more damage. Your Overpower deals 40% increased damage when using a two-handed weapon. Just some more damage on the top of it all. So Paragon, I am not fully utilizing my Paragon right now. I'm experimenting again, but so far what I think is working fine is, again, this is something you gotta upgrade to have some use out of it. And if you don't have enough dex in the radius, you might want to upgrade the radius so that you can get more dex. But again, this is the exploit. Rare glyph, it gives you guaranteed vulnerability, and then you've got some this damage here and there. I've opted for a decimator early on. This is probably not worth it right now, so I can just go somewhere else. And then the important ones were the max fury ones. 16 max fury, another 8 maximum fury if requirements are met. This is why you gotta find a way to just squeeze in some willpower into all of it. So a lot of fury from here, a lot of fury from here as well. And then just some life resistances. Warbringer, for every 75 fury you spend, gain 12%. If your maximum life is 45, this is just another defensive layer on the top of it all. And then we've got like a Bludgeoner and Bonebreaker. Overpowers with your two-handed bludgeoning weapons, stun enemies for 1 second and grant you 20% of your maximum life. So when the stars align, you get a lot of Fortify, and it helps a lot surviving the tougher ones and braving through all that higher level content. So again, in the background you can see the build being like level 72 or something, doing a nightmare dungeon level 83 or something like that, and it's kind of no big deal. I've rarely looked at my resistances and my defensive stats. The only thing that kind of hurts is that fire cross below an enemy, where they just shoot out these fire waves out of, like, in a cross wave. I don't know what it is actually, but if you stand in it for too long, you kind of start dying. But again, if you have your unstoppable, if you have your breakout of CC cooldown, you just move out of harm's way, and it's smooth sailing from there on. Resistances, again, I don't for what they are currently. This is another topic whatsoever, but they kind of don't really matter that much, and I'm more investing into armor and damage reduction from close, from distant, from damage reduction while injured, and all of that, and it just adds up, and it feels way more, way more worth than looking out for resistances. So until they do something else with resistances, I don't think you should actually stress about them and care about them that much. Just by upgrading your gear, just by going the green number up, which is something that is pretty sad, but just by upgrading the item power of your armor slots, you just get a lot of elemental plus physical mitigations. So be sure to upgrade your gear slots every once in a while. So yeah, this is most of it. I know there are like 100 other videos out there, 100 other barbs with Hammer of the Ancients level 100 doing all the content, smashing everything with gazillions of damage. I'm not gonna pretend I'm going to invent the wheel or anything. I'm not the first one to showcase that thing. I just want to point out how easy it is to set up a character like that, and how little to no investment you need to just put the aspects on and start crushing higher level content with it. how comfortable it is and how fluid the combat is with hammer radiations and how like satisfying it feels to just, you know, crunch them down. So if you've liked hammer radiations from Diablo 3, maybe you will like that one. And yeah, this is it. I think the fish is ready. Gotta go check it. Thanks for watching and have some fun. Bye bye. Whoa, the butcher. Woohoo. He's actually kind of tough now. Huh? What are these? Oh, let me do it. It's easy. Holy shit. Yeah.